Okay, Gonzalo and Mateo, welcome to my channel, guys. For those of you who don't know who Mateo and Gonzalo is, they are two friends from Spain, Madrid. They are 21 years old. They're running an AI receptionist, and before I contacted them, they were doing 9K in sales total. 2 days later, we hopped on a call. Now they're doing 12K. So, welcome to my channel, boys. Can you introduce yourself and tell us like a little bit about who you guys are, where you guys are from, like where I think you guys are from the same city, maybe, and just give us a quick little introduction.
Well, hello, Haroon. Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure. My name is Gonzalo, and I'm from Madrid, from Spain, same as Mateo. I met him in high school. We're high school friends. Right now, I'm studying in the United States. I came here because of a soccer scholarship. So that's what I do. I play soccer. But on my free time, I've been always wanting to build my own business since I was 15, when I released my first dropshipping store, and you can imagine how that went. And from there, I've tried everything, any online business model you can imagine. I've I've tried. Nothing has worked really. We've seen some success with some things, but nothing really up until this AI agency. And then of course working side jobs all the time just to get some extra money and learning skills on our free time.
Mm, love that, love that.
So I'm Mateo, and same as Gonzalo, I was also in the US up until recently because I also had a soccer scholarship. But life happened, and I had to return back to Madrid due to some issues. And now I'm here doing the AI agency full time. But yeah, my background story is very similar to his. We just, since a young age, like everyone, like you, I'm sure, we were just hustlers.
Mm.
And we've been trying every single business you can think of until finally one of them has taken off, it appears.
I love that. I love that. Two friends basically grew up together, had the same mindset, and yeah, you guys made it to the AI agency. Of course, you guys, in your mind, you never make it, right? But
Right.
at least, bro, I know how it is. I tried every business model myself for drop shipping, everything since I was 15, so I know how it is. But yeah, you guys are 21-year-old, so you're not that old. You guys are pretty young, and you guys have come pretty far. People our age, I'm 23, so people our age, you guys know how they're doing. And
Mhm.
yeah, we come pretty far. There's a long way to go, but we come pretty far. So guys, tell me, what made you guys like start an AI receptionist agency? What was the thing that was like, where did it click?
So this actually is my story
Yeah.
because up until April, May of this year, I was working part-time and I was also studying on online university. And we were actually both clippers for a big personality in the US. And we have been doing that for several months. But that exact month, this guy said, "Hey, I cannot support the clippers anymore. I'm going to have to let you go." And we basically said, "Oh, so now what do we do?" I searched the internet for a couple of weeks and I found a very popular creator called Leah Motley. I'm sure you know about him. And I basically studied everything with his free community. I was also a member of the Real World University from
Andrew
Andrew
Tate?
Tate, and I also saw they had an automation course, and I just soaked up the knowledge for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I told Gonzalo one day, like, "You're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna make it," and that's it. That
Yeah,
was where the
literally,
idea came from.
literally. I just want to add to that because he called me up and he was like, "What are your plans for the summer, working wise, right?" And I said, "Bro, I want this to be the first summer where I don't have to do a shit job because every summer, of course, I'm doing construction, waiter, whatever." And I said, "I don't know how or what, but I want it to be just a summer where I can fucking work on something that is going to be meaningful in the future." And he said, "I get the solution. Don't look anywhere else." And then we met the next day and then started working.
That's crazy, crazy, crazy. It was this summer.
This
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
summer,
What month was it?
May. We
Hey.
started the
Okay,
first week of May.
okay, okay. That's sick. That's sick. Yeah, I started in Mar or late. Uh, Yeah, March, late March, around that time. So it was pretty new back then, and there was almost no. And you guys were selling as you started. Like, what was the idea? Receptionist agency, or what was the idea back then?
So the idea was first just to sell to whoever we could find, because we
Yeah.
still were very new to the sector, and also we many people don't talk about this, but there's a huge difference between selling to English native communities and cities and to selling to Spanish native, because there's a like wherever English speaking countries are, Spanish countries are like 5 years behind. So they have
Mm,
not yet adopted these technologies. And for us to convince people to, hey, this is actually something worth pursuing, you're going to be ahead of the curve, it was much more complicated. And of course, even the prices are not the same. The US market is much more lucrative than the Spanish market, for example. So, yeah,
mm,
the idea was not to be a niche agency right away. We wanted to test out different outreach methods. We wanted to test out different niches. And then maybe we would converge in the ones we thought were most lucrative.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
interesting, bro.
we've done
Yeah, go.
different agents now. We've done different agents, not only receptionists. It's true that there's a big hype for them, I think, because they're the ones that go viral the most, maybe. So business owners are seeing them and they can see the live demos. But we've also done some chatbots and backend automations for companies. Yeah.
Sick, 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 sick. Yeah, because m most of the people that or even that watch my channel right now, and what I dealt with most is U.S. companies and English-speaking
Yeah.
countries, and so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to learn about this because you guys are selling to Spain, right? Spanish countries.
Now, Gonzalo can explain it.
Yeah, I mean, mainly Spain, some Latin America because of our Instagram. We've gotten some followers from Mexico, Colombia, and well, I'm here now in the States studying, so we are opening up the market here also. But again, all of our social media is in Spanish. We will do one in English eventually, um, but we also have English speaking customers. It's just a little bit harder for us to break into the market. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see. I see. Okay, so Spanish countries. Okay, we're gonna get into the struggles and the difference and all of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
later
yeah.
on. But yeah, that's interesting. That's a lot of things to learn from people. I get a lot of people who's like watching my channel want to start an AI agency, and they want to start, for example, in some other countries. A lot of people from Spain, a lot of
Right.
people from Netherlands, Sweden, and it's not the same as US. And even in Norway, bro. I'm in Norway. I like here it's basically no one doing it. So it's kind of
Really?
harder. So it's kind of harder to, pitch it, and it's kind of like these people are also like 5 years behind of US countries. But we're gonna get into that. That's gonna be interesting. So boys, like what was your like life before you guys started the AI agency? Like you guys were working construction jobs or yeah, tell me a little bit about more about that.
Yeah, yeah. So, as I told you, just working because we always wanted to do something. I think financially we were a little bit above average than your typical 18, 19, 20-year old because we were self-conscious about our money, of course, because we knew we wanted to make more. Especially also because we started investing in crypto as a long-term thing when we were younger. So this doesn't mean we've invested anything into the AI agency. Like this is a business model you can start with $0. So we haven't invested. We've only invested when we've made money. We've reinvested,
Mm,
right? Um, but yeah, before that, just school, uni, whatever, working shit jobs, trying to find something to do that starts to pick up and is successful. And we've always had a good mindset in that sense because we started early, but we did struggle a lot. Like I remember the first times that you try to balance your life with work. Do you think, oh, is this all true? Can you actually make money online, or is this just like people on the internet talking about fallacies? You doubt
mm,
yourself, um, especially when you fail, because I mean, we all three have failed multiple times, and you just get discouraged, especially when you're that young, because then you have people saying, "Oh, you should go to school." Oh, business owners, the average business owner is like 50 years old, and you're like, shit, maybe it's true. Maybe first I have to and get to know people, learn more skills,
Mm,
but I mean, that's all bullshit. The way you solve that is just by keep going.
yeah, 100%, 100%. How long did you guys actually try different business models for?
I mean, me personally, I told you, I launched my first dropshipping store, actually launched and run Facebook ads with $200 that I had saved up from like Christmas gifts when I was 15. I did make one sale, and that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's not that every year I was full in, because then I would stop, I would make excuses. I had football, I had school. So it was, like on and off. But I think since we haven't stopped, I think it's been already like probably 2.5 years of like, okay, even if it doesn't work, I move on to the next thing. I don't stop over the summer. I don't stop over Christmas. I think that's what we've been doing. Yeah.
And the same thing for Mateo, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Because it's been similar for the both of us since, first of all, we were both in the US, but we were in different unis. So we we stayed in contact, but each and every one of us tried its own thing. Like for example, I tried marketing agencies. It failed because when I came back to Spain, I had like sort of set. I had a partner in the US, and we were gonna do it in the US, but I had to come back to Spain, and communication was not good, and that fell apart. Then, as I told you, we tried clipping. Clipping worked for a few months, but it was not enough. And of course, we didn't want to keep working for someone. We wanted to actually like create something of value that we wanted. But yeah, it's been 2 3 years since we finished high school, like just on and trying to find ways. We tried meme coins, we tried absolutely everything you could think of, and finally since AI agencies is working for us.
Yeah, I want to congratulate you guys on that because I know exactly how it feels. I tried 9 different business models. I tried everything, and this is the thing that made me some success. So yeah,
Mhm.
congratulations to you guys on that. Now, what was the first steps? Because you guys started in May, as Mateo said, right? You guys started in May, 2025. When did you land your first client?
So we started in May. We didn't even know how to use like we if we would have had a client, we did not know how to actually do the work because we knew zero technical knowledge, both of us. I'm a little bit more the technical part now, but still I can defend myself with the tools, but I'm not an expert. We have, of course, hired people to do that and everything. But we started first week. We did outreach. We did door-to-door sales here in
Nice.
Madrid.
Yeah.
uh, that went well as well as you probably
Yeah.
think it went. Then we tried cold calls. We still do cold calls to this day. Gonzalo is doing it then in the US because much better market there.
Mm,
But we tried and tried different things, month and a half until we finally landed the first client. And I have to say, the first client was actually a warm lead. We spoke to Gonzalo's cousin, and he had a friend that was doing ecom,
mm,
and he needed a chatbot for the website. So we just did a simple presentation. We said, "Hey, I think this will be your return, customer quality service, etc. We would save you this amount of hours." And he accepted it. And we actually, Gonzalo and I, we crafted the chatbot, learning from YouTube videos, like sleepless nights, the difficult things you do at the beginning. But from there on, we actually successfully installed the chatbot. But we promised ourselves never again because it was horrible. The first
yeah.
experience was horrible.
And do you guys still have that client today?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, okay, that's sick. That's sick. How much was that payment, or how did you guys price it?
it was $800.
So
That's it.
one-time payment and that's it?
One time payment, $800, and then the recurring. But we make nothing. We made like $50 a month from the monthly payments.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But at least you guys got your foot in the door.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
That's what
important thing
matters.
to actually make sure. Hey, this is actually possible. This exists. Now let's sell this. Let's sell next one.
Sick, 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 sick. So what was that feeling when you got the first payment? Even though it was $800, right? You guys been trying for so long. You guys been trying every business model, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of people probably telling you, your parents, family telling you, quit, don't do this shit, right? Go find a real job, go study and all of that. And then once that first payment just hit your guys, what was the Stripe?
No, it was a bank transfer actually in Spain.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you guys saw that, like time transfer
Yeah.
coming, what was the feeling?
Of course, it's straight screenshot. That's what you do.
Yeah.
And then you keep that screenshot.
Mm,
It's a great feeling. Like you get that, I don't know, that tingling in your stomach, and especially when you're doing it with your mate. We were together, so like you celebrate, you get hyped, but we were still grounded because, as you said, it's not much money. And for us,
mm,
we had already made that kind of money before. Um, um, Not consistently or not crazy money, but we had made some money with some other stuff. So the number itself wasn't that relevant, even if it would have been, I don't know, 2K as a first client. I think we would have still been grounded. But it's the same feeling if it's 800, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, because it's that first client of
mm.
like, shit, there's value in this. Um, and yeah, man, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, definitely. Who got that payment though? Was it Gonzalo or Mateo?
I did.
Gonzalo.
I received the payments for now. Yeah.
And then you probably sent him a screenshot and you guys were hyped.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got the phone call. I got the phone call.
The voice, straight FaceTime. Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick, man. That's sick. I can see it for myself because it happened to me as well. I was alone in this, but still, I got that first payment. I was like, wow, wow, wow. It was like, the first payment. Like now I get payment. I woke up today, $5,000 payment from a client, and it just doesn't hit the same anymore. Like the first payment is so fucking special. It's like you've been broke for a long time, and it's like, wow, this is not working. Will it work? Will it not work? You get that payment, boom, everything switches like a 360. You're like, okay, I know this works. Let me double. Yes, you get happy, but as you say, Gonzalo, you stay grounded because you're like, okay, I need to focus now because yes, we got the win, but now I need to focus.
Yeah, it gives you way more motivation. It's like
100%.
which we don't need. We don't need motivation because we believe it's bullshit. Motivation is bullshit. But I mean, when you get that feeling of let me double, triple down on this. Yeah.
100%. It's like you just get proof that it's working. Okay, so all of the time that I spent, all of this, it's not waste. It's working. Let me double down on this.
Hmm.
That's sick,
Yeah.
boys. That's sick. Okay, so that was the first client. That was through a warm lead. What was the second client though?
Instagram. It came through Instagram.
You guys have a personal brand.
We
Sort
we
of.
have, yeah. We started like a business account for Orbin AI, but we started it in a very casual way. So basically, day one of learning this, day one of doing this. So it's still called Orbin AI, but it's our faces, both of us, daily videos, low edit, raw stuff. um, and we've seen a lot of success from it. We've gotten a lot of warm leads from there, and that was
Mhm.
our second client, um, which just DM'd us, which the sales process was way different to what we were used to, because when you approach them, it's a cold conversation all the way to the end, but when they come to you is, hey, I want you to sell to me. So it was easier to sell. Yeah.
100%. And that's for everyone watching, guys. When you do outbound versus when you get an inbound client, so different. Gonzalo just said it. Same thing for me. If we're doing cold calling for our agency, it's so much more different versus I have a big personal brand now of like 40,000 followers, and I'm switching more of that to the coaching side, and I'm creating a new account even to do only the agency stuff. But when we get clients from those account like from people that come to us, it's so different. Like we have the authority, we have the powers. For everyone watching, yes, you should do outreach. Yes, you should do things like that to get some clients now, but for the long term, you should absolutely build your personal brand because you don't want to rely on outreach forever. But
Yeah,
yeah, cool.
that's what we're doing also now. We just started a new account, like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, to divide those. So do
Mhm.
on this new account way more personal brand, way more personal stuff about us, and then the one we already have, which has success, we're keeping it more business, more technical, talking way more only about AI.
Yeah, to get B2B leads, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And yeah, that second client, what kind of business was it?
It was a med spa.
Nice.
I know you're 100% familiar with those. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one thing. Like clients such as medical, beauty, things like this, we found success wherever we are in Spain, in Latin America, in the US. Those are very good clients, especially for voice receptionists because they have a lot of volume but not very qualified leads, and it really helps them with time. It helps them also improve their CAC, their cost for acquisition, and all sorts of KPIs.
That's sick. That's sick. Med spas. I have dealt with a lot of those. So it was a AI receptionist that picks up calls for them.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. And how much did you guys charge for that? And what was the pricing model?
2K, and of course the pricing model was we had the setup fee, which was upfront, and then the, I don't know how you said it in English actually,
Monthly
Retainers.
retainer.
Yeah.
the monthly retainer. Yeah, that was $500.
Okay, sick. Yeah, that's now we're talking. That's a real client.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a very big improvement. And
Yeah.
also when the payment came through, that's the moment where we were like, okay, this actually works. Now we have to go 100% in, because if we got one client for 2K, I'm sure we could get one for 2.5, and then for 3, and then for 5.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did you guys like, since that client came through Instagram, right? It was like organic or ads?
It
organic.
was organic. We don't do ads.
So you,
100% organic.
so you guys spent almost $0, just a couple of reels that you guys created. A reel is like what, 1 minute long? You guys spent a couple of minutes and got a basically $2,000 payment from that, plus
Yeah,
the
and
monthly retainers.
and as I told you, they're low effort reels. Like we don't, if you go in the Instagram, we don't edit. Just pick up the camera. I mean, of course, now we're getting a little bit more fancy. We think about script, oh, the hook, this idea. But at the beginning, it was pick up the fucking camera, talk about something specific, what you did today, uh, show a demo, I don't know, something like that. Put the captions, boom, that's it.
Wow. That's what I always keep preaching on my channel as well. Everyone, all the gurus saying, yeah, cold calling. Yes, cold calling, all of that is important. I'm pretty sure you guys do that right now. Even I do it. I have like four
Yeah.
sales reps doing 150 cold calls a day. So we're doing almost 600 cold calls a day. But here is what I believe, guys. Like in 1, 2 years from now, everyone is going to be selling AI receptionists. So everyone is going to be doing the same cold calling. All these businesses have heard of this before now. So it's like it's saturated, kind of, right? But the only way to stand out is what, bro? It's to have your own personal brand, right? To do things your own way and to have your own personal brand. Like Nike, bro. Shoes. Why I buy Nike shoes? Why? Because of their branding, right? There is millions of shoe companies out there with no brands, probably better shoes, probably more comfortable shoes. The reason I buy Nike shoes is because of the branding, right? So everyone watching this, yes, you should do cold calling and cold outreach and all of that, but you should always invest at least post 1 to 2 reels every single day, and you'll have clients coming to you, right? If you're running ads, my first client I got from running ads, right? So when I was running ads, I spent a lot of money, guys, like money I didn't even have. I borrowed from my father and shit, and I spent like, I think, I don't remember, $700 or something. At that time, $700 was like a lot of money because I had no money. I had $1,100 in my bank account, and then I got my first client. So I spent that much money and got that first client. Versus you guys, you spent what? A couple of minutes a day, posted a couple of reels, and got your first client. So
Yes.
Mhm.
that's what people got to do, right? That's what you guys got to double down on. And are you guys like? I'm pretty sure you guys are posting a lot more content now after that.
Yeah.
Now we started with only Instagram. Now we have YouTube Shorts. Our first YouTube video came live like a couple days ago. We're also doing TikTok. We're doing like 6 pieces of content every day.
LinkedIn also.
That's the other important aspect. You can do content, but do a volume of content. Don't do just one, two. If you can and have the time for it, as much as you can. That's very important.
100%.
Yeah, especially when you're doing low effort, because if you're editing like crazy, maybe you post quality, but I don't recommend that. You're just gonna waste your time, and and also learning. If you already know how to do it, fine. But for us, was like at least one reel a day on Instagram. Like we have like 140 reels right now, and we started like 100 days ago. So it's
Mm,
above one reel a day. It's
mm.
two of us, it's true. So one day I can post, Mateo can post, but still we're doing like all social media now. So yeah,
How many clients have you guys gotten from your social media so far?
Maybe 70% of our clients come from social media alone.
Wow. So same
A-
thing for me.
and we are not that big. We have four. We just hit four
Yeah,
thousand followers yesterday. Four
yeah.
thousand followers, like it's nothing crazy.
That's what I was gonna say. That was the next question I was gonna ask. How many followers you guys have? A lot of people, they have this belief, and probably you guys had this belief in the beginning as well, that you need like fucking hundreds and thousands of followers to make money with your personal brand, right? People literally make bro. There is like my second account, HRK AI Solutions. I have it on my main account. I have it pinned. So I have like how many followers? I have like 217 or 18 followers there. I already got one client from there. And I started that account like 3 weeks ago. So 200 followers, and I already got one client who paid me 3K. And I
Yeah,
posted what,
it's
bro, 3 reels on there, 3 or 4 reels.
That's crazy.
you don't need a crazy amount of followers because first of all, the people that reach out to you, yes, they want you for a solution, but they also reach out to you because they actually like you as a person. Because there's not a lot of us doing this on social media, but there's a bunch. Like there's at least I've seen like 20, 25 big creators, and out of all of them, they choose you. There's something about it that they like, and there's nothing easier than selling to someone that already likes you.
100%. 100%. Okay, I love that. I love that. And you guys are probably still doing, yeah, we're gonna get to cold callings. We're gonna get to all of that later on. But yeah,
Mm.
six, six, six. So for everyone watching, there you guys have it. More proof, right? Everyone who's doing social media, look at these guys. They're posting videos and got 70% of their clients from their social media. And people out there are struggling with cold calling and only cold calling. Yes, you should cold call, like fifth time I'm saying this. You should cold call, but you should prioritize your personal brand because that is the fucking future. Cold calling is gonna go like you can probably do if you're doing 1,000 cold calls a day, you can probably close a client, but it's just so much higher leverage and so much more like smart if you're doing personal branding. So good
Mhm.
move, guys. I love that. Now let's get into challenges and lessons a little bit. So what has been the hardest part of building your guys' agency?
Learning everything from scratch. 100%. Learning how to edit from scratch because we knew a little bit, but not a lot. We had to learn everything about the AI, the automations, what services we could offer, how to price our things. So of course, at the beginning, we were shit at selling, both of us. We went to a sales call and we did the what everyone does at the beginning. Hey, you can put this voice onto the AI agent. Hey, this agent it has this personalizations, and people didn't care. They did not care. We did the classic put names to the agents. Like this is Nova or this is
Yeah.
Echo. And I explained to the guys, hey, this is Echo. He does this, this, and this. 5 minutes later, oh yeah, what was the name of this one? I don't remember. They do not care. They just care what problems does it solve for them. So yeah,
Mm,
that was a big one. We that took maybe a month of us just selling that and getting no results. And as soon as we changed that, the first one came in, then the second one, the third one. That was a big one.
same thing for me, bro. Like the first month of me starting my agency, zero sales. I hopped on maybe seven, eight, nine sales calls, zero sales. Because on the sales call, I was saying like, yeah, mine was Sophie, right? You guys were, what was yours?
Nova.
We
Nova. So mine,
Well,
mine was,
we had a couple. Yeah,
yeah.
Nova,
but the
Echo.
receptionist one was Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was Sophie. So I hopped on the call, like, yeah, Sophie can do this, Sophie can do that. And there was this was a med spa owner in London, and it was like I told him like, yeah, when I was about to say this, before I said this, I was like, yeah, I'm about to say some great shit now. He'll be impressed. I was like, we can clone the voice of Beyonce and Rihanna. We can clone the voice of. He was looking at, and when I said it, I was like silent. Maybe he's gonna be like, wow. And he looked at me. It was like I could see it in his eyes, like, what the fuck is this shit, right? So that was the biggest mistake that I made as well. Pitching like what it can do and AI this, AI that. Just like Mateo said, guys, it doesn't fucking matter. People do not care. Business owners are in business to make money, not to. fucking, look at fancy AIs. They don't care about AIs. They don't care about what voice and all of that. What they do care about is just like Matteo said, what problem can you solve for them, right? So if you can actually show them how to solve a problem, if you can show them, okay, this can actually pick up your guys' call, filter guys' leads, book them in for appointments, save you guys time. That's what they care about. They don't care if the Sophie is pink or if Sophie is blue or Sophie is purple or what kind of voice. They don't care about that. They care about the benefit, basically the dream outcome. Just like this, bro. This is an Apple phone, right? This is a phone from Apple. If this Apple logo was a banana or a pear or a fucking orange, it wouldn't make no difference. We don't care about that. We care about what's inside. How does it work? How does it feel, right? That's what we care about. Same thing with business owners. They care about the feature, or they don't care about the feature, but they care about the outcome. And that's what we care about as well. So if you guys are struggling to sell your AI agents and all of that, right? Do what Matteo and Gonzalo are doing, just like me. Uh, do not sell the do not sell the features of it. Start selling the outcomes.
Yes,
Of
sir. Yes,
course.
sir.
Okay, cool. So that's one part. And is there anything else you guys have struggled with when it comes to start building the AI agency? What is your guys' biggest struggle right now? Because that were probably in the beginning. What is the biggest struggle right now?
Scaling. Our biggest struggle is scaling because right now we have a bunch of people hired for the automations and programmers and engineers, but we get too many requests for what we can handle. So maybe we can do like 5 projects a month max, and we're getting 10. We're like, hey, we cannot do this right now. We have to wait. We have to. So actually, hiring, that would be one.
Mm,
We're having very difficult time hiring because there's not a lot of people that actually know how to do this shit. Many
mm,
people, if you post I'm hiring, okay, many people will come to you, but if you ask them for demos or you ask them for a portfolio, they're like, no, I'm studying computer engineer, or I'm engineering this, but I have never actually done this. I can learn though, but I need someone that has already done this and can prove his worth. So
mm,
hiring is a big one we're having right now. But another one that we had also related to sales was actually qualifying our leads. So at the beginning, we were basically calling someone and having like a sales call on the phone. That was it. And they didn't have the time for this. So we have to actually learn, okay, so you have to call someone, you have to schedule a setter call. And then you have to, after that one, a sales call. And that's where you try to sell them. So that was
mm,
actually something we actually had to learn from scratch. Still, the warm leads that were coming to us at the very beginning, they were not qualified. Someone told us, hey, I want maybe to do this. Okay, let's hop on a sales call. That was it. But we didn't know anything about them. We didn't know how we could help them. You have to do that step before so that the afterwards can be much better.
Yeah, you mentioned that you had like 7 or 8 sales calls in the first month. We had 10, and most were cold leads that we contacted them, but some were warm leads already through social media. And again, we were like, "What is going on? There's no way." That's when the reality hits you, and you have to stay motivated and keep going because 10 sales calls in the first month, and you don't land a client. You might say like, shit, this maybe doesn't work. Maybe they don't want this. Maybe it was all a lie.
Something's wrong with me.
Right,
mm,
right, right. But in reality, it was because our sales process was broken and our, of course, selling techniques weren't good enough. So instead of like doubting ourselves, we said, okay, what are we doing wrong? And if we would have had that since the beginning, I'm sure we would have landed like from those 10 first sales calls, a couple of clients easily.
mm. Yeah, but that's the key, guys. That's the key. A lot of people is like they want to study everything first and then want to read all the fucking books and do all of the courses and all that and then start. But the best like experience or the best way you learn is from experience because I'm pretty sure when you guys, just like you said, Gonzalo, like when you didn't land your first client within the first 10 sales calls, like instead of losing motivation and doubting yourself, you guys were like, what are we doing wrong? And
Mhm.
that's the key, right? Failing in like I have a belief like the more I fail, the closer I get to success because the more I fail, like let's say those 10 sales calls, if I go back and analyze those 10 sales calls, I can find out exactly where I fucked up. Okay, he listened to the pitch, he said like he liked everything, but when he came to the pricing, he didn't like it. Okay, let me try and change up the pricing model. Things like that. So it's very important, like, to fail and to actually go out there and learn in real life instead of sitting and learning on YouTube. It's better to go out there and learn in real life, because then you can get real data back, and that data you can analyze. Where did I fuck up? Where did I go wrong? Where can I fix this? Where can I fix that? Boom, you fix that. Boom, you now you know. Now you basically test new things, and now you're one
Yeah.
step closer to success.
Exactly what you said. One failure is one step closer. I did a video on this on Instagram because someone asked, uh, they were doing the same thing and they were like, "Oh, how do you deal with getting rejected?" I said, "Bro, if you knew that it was gonna take you, I don't know, 50 sales calls to get your first yes, would you get discouraged after your 20th no? No, because you said, okay, I only have 30 more to go. That's
Mm,
how it is. There's a number there, a magic number. You don't know it. That's the only problem. Like on your, I don't know, 14th sales call, someone's going to say yes. You just don't know the number. So just keep going, keep pushing for the number, and then you'll find it.
100%. And just what you said, 14 sales calls, someone is going to say yes. Now imagine you give up on your 13 sales calls.
Exactly.
And you're like, oh, guys, didn't work. It's a scam, blah, blah. You never know, because you didn't try long enough. There, in my mind, is like, you can't fail. You
You
can't
can.
fail. You just give up too early.
Yeah.
Also,
Like,
coming back to what you said, the thing about stop learning everything and just do. The moment I stopped watching podcasts was when I started making money. That
exactly.
was it. We learned about all of this AI automation late April, and we could have started to learn everything, like how do you build a chatbot, how do you integrate all the little technicals. But we said no, let's start selling, and when we have one, then we might learn how to do it, and
Yeah.
that
Mm,
saved us a lot of time.
Yeah,
100%.
it took us 7 days. I remember because I came back from the States to Spain and I met with him on a Monday. We were together for 10 hours just working in our house. And then 7 days later, we were already pitching our services. So only 7 days to set up everything, like the company, like the logo,
The
the name,
website, everything.
the website, the offer. Only 7 days of pure work. And then we were already trying. Of course, it was a disaster because you're not ready. But we learned everything in a month that we would have learned by doing the theory in like 6 months, maybe.
100%. 100%. It's very interesting what you said, Matteo. Like, the moment you start watching podcasts is when you start making money, right? Like, even me, here is the thing. I was kind of blessed with this, and probably you guys as well, because when I started back in March, there was absolutely no one selling AI voice agents and receptionists, right? There were some people talking about outbound callers and things like that, but no one talking about inbound AI receptionists, right? So I didn't have that opportunity to sit and watch tutorials all day because there were none. So the one option I had was to just fucking try, bang my head against the wall, like just try, and it was hard. It was hard because there was no one, zero tutorials. Even Chat GPT didn't even know about this, right? So the only option I had was just go out there and try. And that's the reason within my second month I did 30K with my agency, like 0 to 30K within the second month, because I had to just go out there and try, and that was the only option I had. Versus if I want to start today, I know if I had the same mindset as I had back then, I would sit and learn, and I wouldn't be able to hit 30K in my second month. The only reason I did that is because I just executed. I didn't have nothing to learn. I just had to learn from experience.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. So for the guys who's watching, stop fucking learning. Go out there and try, and you'll learn better than if you sit there and study for 10 years.
And this other thing, also, there's literally no excuse to not do it, because Gonzalo and I, non-technical founders, we didn't know even how to edit our videos that we
Same thing,
film.
bro.
I mean, I had personally never spoken to camera before. He had done a little bit, but I was also like ashamed at first, like all of this. You have to, oh, am I doing this wrong? I look stupid. There's literally zero excuse. And we're living proof that anyone can do it. You just have to focus and actually do the work it takes for 6 months, for 2 months, whatever it takes. But there's no shortcuts. You actually have to do the work.
100%. 100%. That's what I say as well. It's nowadays, it's okay. If it was the 1950s, people had discipline, but almost no one had access to information. Now everyone has access to the same information. You can literally pay a mentor. You can go, you have YouTube free, there are like 10-hour courses, you can chat GPT, you can find information anywhere. There is literally no excuse on that. But what there is a shortage of nowadays is hustlers and people who don't have motivation. Information, bro, you and I have the same information. Some fucking guy in India, bro, he has the same information as us. But the only reason we're the ones winning and other people are not is not because of information. We know everything. They can know everything we know, but the problem is that they don't have the fucking hunger, bro. They don't have the hunger. They don't have that mindset. They don't want it enough. So that's the only problem. So if you
That's
guys
why
want it,
it's easier than ever to be successful. Like competition is fucking shit. Your competition is just watching reels all day. Like it's literally easier than ever.
100%, 100%. Cool, 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 cool. So guys, what strategies like are, or what are you guys doing right now? Like, because you guys are just did 12K with the agency. So what's like the strategy to get clients right now? Like, what are you guys doing the most of, or how are you guys doing it? Are you doing door-to-door sales or just purely Instagram and cold calling on the side? Or what are you guys doing?
So our acquisition methods right now are cold calls. Gonzalo is doing cold calls in the US, and that's proving pretty resourceful. We have closed a couple clients for that. We'll see how we can scale that. We
Sorry to
also,
interrupt you, bro. Gonzalo, are you doing the sales call yourself?
Yeah. Everything,
How
yeah.
how many a day are you doing?
So my schedule is kind of fucked because I'm a student, I'm an athlete, all of that. So I'm not doing as much volume as I want. I have some hours. I don't do it every day because some days, with call calls, you need to call in a certain time of the day. You can't call, at like 8 p.m. And I have school, I have training, everything. So I think I do like around 5.5, 6 hours of call calling a week.
Mhm.
So as many
Okay.
as I can get. It depends on the day because some days there's good days, a lot of people pick up. Some days no one fucking picks up. That's why
Mm,
it's also important to mix up your time slots. Sometimes call at 9 a.m., call at 2 p.m., 5 p.m. Try to mix it up.
mm,
So I'm not doing the volume that I would want to, but still pretty decent. If you can get aside 4, 5, 6 hours a week,
mm.
you can get good numbers in for sure.
Okay, I'll hook you up with some VAs because I was like, even us, like once we start hiring VAs to do cold call
Yeah.
for us, like it just bumped up, right? It doesn't make sense. You guys are doing 12K. It doesn't make sense that you guys are hustling for
Right.
cold calls yourself. So I'm going after this call, add you guys to my mastermind group and we'll hook you up with some
we,
VAs.
we, we
So
talked to some that have come to us through Instagram, and they were like, "Hey, do you want me to do this?" We haven't taken that step yet, but for sure we want to look into that. Yeah.
yeah, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we'll hook you up, bro. I have a couple of VAs, good VAs. Even other guys in the mastermind has some good VAs, so we'll hook you up with that. That will change everything, and you guys will save a lot of time. But yeah, Mateo, you were saying, okay, cool. You guys are doing cold calls. Gonzalo is doing them, and then
we started to do LinkedIn. We're trying to get clients from them. It's tough because you have to first scale it. You have to
yeah,
optimize your profile, which we have done. You have to also start posting consistently, which we have been doing for a month or so. But yeah, and then you have to reach out in the DMs, or they reach out to you, and then you have to. It's tough on LinkedIn, at least for us. We have tried
yeah,
through there, but there's been no success yet. And of course, also most of the outreach, Gonzalo is doing it. I have to say that because I'm more the technical founder. He is the sales guy. He was born to basically be a salesman, and he
mm,
also does door to door in the US. Because one of the things we have to implement now, we're filming with the typical 360 Insta, going into the actual places and selling them because we've seen a lot of success of other creators doing that on Instagram. So we have also found success. When it comes to clients, we'll have to see if that also works for Instagram.
yeah. I have two students actually in my program, Zach and Brian. Both of them are posting on Instagram. They have these like Ray-Ban meta glasses,
Oh yeah, those are
and they
nice.
go around. They're having good success with that, bro. So you guys should do it as well. Record it as well because you guys have two personal brands, one like personal shit. So put your like recording. Those videos are going viral nowadays. So record
Mhm.
them and put them on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep,
But yeah,
that's the plan.
Yeah, cold calling, door to door. And you, who's doing most of the person branding, the
It's both
Instagram?
of us.
Both. We have like one of us posts one day on the business account, the other one does on the personal account. The next day is the inverted roles. And then we also post every day on TikTok and YouTube, whatever.
You
But
guys
yeah,
have 4,000 followers. What you guys should do is you should run some retargeting ads
Yeah.
to your already existing audience because you have enough people, 4,000 people. If you run some ads like, just break their beliefs, right? Just in the ads, because they already seen your content, they're warm leads. All you guys, it's not cold leads. You don't need to create like new content, explain them what AI receptionist, all of that is. Just make like uh retargeting ads, which is like, for example, because they probably have some doubts in their mind, and that's the reason they haven't reached out to you guys. So you guys can
Hmm.
make, for example, you guys probably have an ICP list of like your ideal customer profile. Find out their doubts of why they don't want to buy the AI. Maybe they don't believe in AI because it's new and all of that. Make content on that and run that as retargeting ads. And basically, you guys will hit them from all angles of like why they don't want to buy the AI. You guys create content on that and run that as retargeting ads. Do that, and I promise you guys you'll scale with that.
Hmm.
okay. We'll add that to the to-do list.
Yeah, do that, bro. Do that.
And we just started YouTube also 2 days ago, and we're gonna be posting twice a week there. So hopefully that also brings some warm leads because we're gonna be doing it very focused to target business owners
Yeah.
because views on YouTube convert way better. Because if people are sitting down to watch a YouTube video, it's because they're really interested.
100%. You have a full screen, you have a 10-minute long video, and in 10 minutes, if you compare Instagram versus YouTube, Instagram is 1 minute reel. They have comments, they can scroll easily, and they only spend 1 minute with you. Versus on YouTube, full screen, no distractions. They're watching you for 10 minutes straight. 10 minutes of being with a person versus 1 minute being with a person. 10 minutes builds more trust, more relationship, and basically converts better. Even Alex Ramosi spoke about this. YouTube is the number one platform if you want to sell online.
Hmm.
Cool, guys. So speaking of, you guys have a couple of clients. So what type of niches have responded best to this in your guys' experience?
So when we started back in Spain, I think the best response we got was from restaurants because dining out is huge in Spain. Not fast food, like proper restaurants. People
Mm,
go there daily almost when they get out of their jobs and whatnot. And their service is shit. Like service in restaurants in Spain is really bad. So over the phone is even worse. And the conversion rate when we were presenting the numbers in our sales presentation are so powerful because who the fuck calls a restaurant if they don't want to book a table? Like almost
mm,
no one. It's
yeah,
almost 100% of the calls you're missing, they're customers,
very
basically.
true.
Yeah. So the numbers, the KPIs when we do them, they turn out really, really juicy.
Very true.
So it's basically a no-brainer for them to start picking up the phone. If there's another business model where the conversion rate is 5% because most people call just to get some information, it's not the same. But restaurants are great. And here in the US, I think it has to be plumbing because it's kind of the same story. It's harder
Yeah,
to get a hold of them, harder to land that sales call. They don't pick up the phone. They're too busy. They're a little bit more informal, let's say. Um, but again, yeah, who calls a plumber if they don't actually want service?
100%, 100%. That's so true. That's very, very true. I haven't thought about it this way. But yeah, like who calls a restaurant? Why the fuck would you call a restaurant if you don't want to book a table or order food or actually
Yeah,
purchase? So that's very true.
yeah,
Same thing with plumbing. Now, when it comes to like, for example, e-com stores or I don't know, dental clinic, people often call just for information and they're comparing it to the other one and all of that. But yeah, that I think about it, restaurants, basically, it's like I don't remember last time I called a restaurant just to chit chat with them or ask
yeah.
about information. So that's very true. So yeah, restaurants.
The only case you would do that is if you're looking for an event, if you want to
Yeah,
like do an event, close the restaurant out. But again, that's like what, like 1% of the calls, 5%. I don't care. It's very minimal.
100%, 100%. Cool, 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 guys. Now, What's the biggest mindset shift you guys have had since starting your agency from being at zero to making 12K?
The amount of work it actually takes to be successful at something, it's huge, much more than you would think. When we first started out, we were like, oh, if we work 8 hours a day, that's gonna cut it. I'm sure 8 hours a day, every day, maybe some days you take off to see family, friends, whatever, it won't cut it. I mean, Gonzalo also, he's much busier than I am because he has to actually go to classes and everything and uni online, and my 100% of my time goes to this business. But yeah, it's you wake up at 8, at 8:30 you're working, and you have to work every single hour of the day until you go to sleep. And then you have to go do that every again the day afterwards. Which, by the way, at the beginning it's harder because you're not winning. So when you get your first client, your second one, it's not really a sacrifice for me at this point because I'm working. It's also getting us clients. So what's the problem?
Mm,
However, it's not for everyone because honestly, I'm a little bit of a introvert, so I don't care about it.
mm,
I don't really see people a lot. Maybe twice a week I see a friend, but I'm just in my room working, working, and working. But yeah, the actual amount of work it takes to get where you want to go compared to what you think it will take, it's so much more. You're not if you're not actually in the Coliseum, you cannot fathom how much work you will actually have to do.
100%. 100%. And yeah, I can tell you guys something that in the beginning it was same for me. I was pulling off like 8, 9, 12 hours days, right? But after some times, when you guys, I think when I scale, like, when you guys scale past like 15, 20K and you guys start hiring and outsourcing a lot of the
Yeah.
work, it gets so much easier. Now, my life is honestly, guys, I'm doing like 30K a month right now, and I know that I can scale if I hire more people. I know that for sure, right? But I don't want to do that because my life is so fucking peaceful right now. I I can focus on my coaching, and also on my personal brand and on my agency side, right? And I know if I scale my agency now, my life will be a lot more stressful. And the only reason I'm not doing that is because I don't want my life to be more stressful right now, right? Of course, I want 50K, but for now, I want to stay at 30K and not scale because my life is peaceful. Maybe that changes after some time. But yeah, my point is that once you guys get to 15, 20, 30K a month, you guys will see that when you outsource and you guys hire other people, and life just gets like you can basically get away with like 4 hours of work every single day, 5 hours of work every single day. That's what I do. I work like most of the days I work like 5 hours on average, sometimes even two, sometimes even four. So it gets better. You don't have to be locked in all the time.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. But like for now, right now is the time to do it because we're
Yeah, yeah,
still in
yeah.
school,
In the
you know.
beginning, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So 100%. Like as soon as you get a little bit, whatever that number may be for you and your situation, you know, depending when you where you live, some countries are more expensive than others.
Mm,
Um, then you can just like kind of outsource things and relax a little bit for sure.
That's
100%.
the other thing about this business model that I thought about at the very beginning. It's just time. Give it time because you get your first client. Okay, you might make $50 monthly retainer. You get your second one, 250. You get your third one, you're at 750. If you get 5 clients, even if it takes you 6 months, now you're making 2K every month without basically doing any work for them. So it's
Mm,
just a matter of time. The problem is most people quit after the 10th meeting because they're like, oh, I haven't sold anything. That's
100%.
where you actually see who's in it for the long term and who's not.
100%. Totally agree on that. And for everyone watching, guys, Mateo and Gonzalo are high school students, or university, whatever they call it in whatever country you're watching from. They're students, they're young, right? They probably have their own personal life as well. They are athletes as well. And like, what the fuck is your excuse, right? People are like, I don't have time, I don't have this, I don't have that. You're just a pussy, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, look at these two guys. They're young. They're fucking have 10 other things going on while they're winning with their AI agency as well. So what is your excuse? You have basically no excuse. It's just in your mind. You're just being a pussy. You gotta stop being a pussy. And you gotta look at guys like Gonzalo. You gotta look at guys like Mateo. You gotta look at every person that I had on this channel. All of them have their own personal lives. They don't never complain. You gotta see these people's mindset. What is the one thing that I've said? Like, we've been talking for an hour. They haven't said one negative thing. You see the way they think. They operate differently. They move differently. That's the reason they're doing 12K. That's the reason they're going to be doing, I'm pretty sure, even 50K, 100K in a couple of years or months, right? Is because they don't have no fucking excuses. They do it. They just do it. And that's what matters, right? You can do you can learn any fucking cold outreach strategy, personal brand strategy, all these strategies and all of that. But if you don't want it, if you don't want it enough, none of those strategies matter. You and Gonzalo or Mateo could be doing the same strategy, but if they want it, they'll keep doing it. Versus if you don't want it, you'll just give up. So that's a big lesson for everyone watching. Look at these guys' energy, and basically that is what matters more than any other strategy.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. Now, last question. It's been a fire conversation so far. I learned a lot from you guys as well. Yeah, I wanted to go into, actually, before the last question, I wanted to go into the Spanish market, right? I want to see how that is, like, because I found it really interesting. What's the biggest struggle, and what's like the main difference between the English-speaking countries and the Spanish or whatever,
The
countries from
culture.
outside?
It's the culture. Everything starts with the culture, man. And in Spain, especially, it's very like relaxed culture. People don't work as much. Like life is just goes on, and there's not like a hustle mentality. For example, the United States, where people work from 9 to 9, and if they can, they see their kids. They have no vacations. No, here in Spain, life is relaxed, and that's the mindset of not everyone. There's also some hustlers, but most business owners, like restaurants, dentists, all this, they want to be relaxed. They don't want to be bothered, and this also makes for the fact that everything in the US, in the US market, in Spain, it's implemented like 5, 10 years after. So if right now in the US market, people are starting to implement and already have like most businesses have AI chatbots, most businesses have AI receptionists. In Spain, they haven't even heard of it ever. And when you try to talk to them about this, you're like, oh yeah, but don't mess with me. I don't want no stress. Leave me alone. So that's the hardest part. It's the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're way more close-minded, especially when you're trying to sell them. They see you as the enemy. You know, in the States, they're completely used to people calling. Like we've gotten people in Spain saying, "I'm gonna sue you for calling me," like multiple times. Yeah, which they can't do, so it's fine. But they just take it personal. You know, their ego's too high, and they're just close-minded when it comes to business. That's why we don't grow as much. Like we could. We have people with a lot of talent. And the country, everything, the location, our resources are great. But yeah, because of the culture, they're just a way more close-minded when it comes to business and way more individual, you know? So harder to break through the ice at the beginning, yeah.
Also, the
Nice.
economic factor is not the same. In the US, we have found that you can sell a AI receptionist for 3K easily. In Spain, that's not the case. If
Yeah.
you go upwards of 2K for normal clients, other things is if you're starting to sell to medium clients, which we now are. But for the first clients, it's impossible to sell them anything over 2K. You say, oh, it's too expensive. No way. Even if it's going to make me 10K every month, no way. They don't
Yeah,
believe it.
because they also fuck you with the taxes. Like if you're a business
Yeah.
owner in Spain, if you're a
It's impossible.
sole proprietorship or LLC, whatever, it's a fucking,
How
it's
much
a mess.
taxes do you have in Spain?
I would say it's close to 40%, maybe.
But the thing is,
Same
Even
thing in
50
Norway.
for some business
yeah,
owners.
but if you do, I think in Norway it's a little bit easier if you have the business. I don't know, I'm not sure. But in Spain, the thing is, if you open a business, they fuck you even more because they don't want to. Yeah, it's literally not a
There's no
entrepreneur.
incentives.
Yeah, it's not an entrepreneur friendly country. Like you need
Yeah.
to start paying a fee monthly straight away when you open out a business. If you're
Damn.
making no money, you have to pay like 300 euros a month just for the sake of having a business. Like it's ridiculous.
Damn. Damn. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, okay, so skepticism basically, and people are slow in Spain. Now, how do you guys deal with that? How
I
do you
would
So
say,
us,
overcome that?
it's helped a lot to have warm leads because there are people in Spain that are very good clients and that are businessmen and they actually want to grow, but it's hard to find them. So if you call 100 people, maybe you find 5 or 10 of them that are actually like business-minded, like-minded individuals. But when you have warm leads coming in, they see our energy, they see our videos, then they are identified with us and they naturally want to do business with us. So that's a very effective strategy to just have them come to us.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
totally
and
makes sense.
improving your sales technique. If you're really sharp, you know how to talk to them, you know how to get them to say things that you want them to say, how get them to realize that this is good for them, which of course is hard, and at the beginning it was tough. You just need to be a little bit more skillful and theoretical about the sale, you know, and try to really tap into their emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes total sense. Like, especially the part where it's like you make them come to you, because yeah, if you reach out to them already, when reaching out to them, you're the enemy, as Gonzalo said. Um, yeah, so I would say the same thing. Now that I think about it, so yeah, everyone who's watching, if you guys are selling to countries outside of US, you know, where it's similar situation to Spain, people are slow, people don't like being sold to, build a personal brand, right? And I'm pretty sure, like in the US, English speaking countries, right, there are a lot of personal brands selling AI, right? So it's probably like the success rate isn't that high. But for example, in Spain, I don't know anyone who's selling AI receptionists or even selling AI in Spain. So when you start a personal brand in there talking about AI, you're naturally just gonna get attention. So
Hmm.
if you're in some country, I don't know if you're in Denmark or you're watching from Netherlands, wherever you're watching from, you know, build a personal brand, speak in your language, and you'll start attracting a lot of leads because they have never seen it before. Versus English speaking countries, if you start an English personal brand, they have seen that shit before. Not that you shouldn't start an English personal brand. No, I'm not saying that. I run an English personal brand, even though I'm from Norway or I live in Norway. Uh, but yeah, start a personal brand. You know, just like Matteo said, to have people less skeptical and actually start signing clients. Okay, guys. Last question. What would you say to someone who's watching and, you know, hesitant to start an AI receptionist agency?
It's not for everyone. Honestly, it's really not. I mean, we can all talk about the hustle culture and everything, but at the end of the day, it's really not for everyone. There's a very specific type of individuals that maybe you know it from a young age, or maybe you're in adolescence and you start to realize, okay, this is what I want to do. I don't know exactly what, but I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be in this world. But it's not for. I have a lot of friends uh, who are studying medicine, who are studying engineering, whatever, and they will have normal jobs, and they are happy with that. And I'm happy that they're happy with that because it's a tough life, honestly.
It is.
When, for example, people see you and they see 40K on Instagram, they see the washes, they see the trees. What they haven't seen is all of the work behind all of the years of suffering. Most people are not willing to go through that. You can just go to uni, you come out of uni, you get a low, decent job, and then you go slowly but surely ascending the ladder. But if you're an entrepreneur, it's all on you. Either you put in the work every day, there's no, okay, that's no more problem. No, it is my everything that happens in the business is either Gonzalo or my problem. Because I've had not yeah, I've had 9 to 5s in uni. I worked a lot, and maybe sometimes something came to my desk and that's not my problem. Leave me alone. I want to relax. There is no relaxing, especially maybe when you're already established like yourself. But at the very beginning, for 6 months, even maybe first year, it's war constantly. Every day there's problems. Every day there's shit you have to fix. Technology works against you. So it's not really for everyone. But if you want to do it and you're 100% sure that this is the path you want to take, then don't look back. That's it.
Mm,
Don't look back.
Yeah,
Don't think of the what if.
yeah,
Just do it.
I wanted to add to that exactly what you said at the end. If you do think you're that person, or you want to see if you're that person, because sometimes you don't know and you might be wrong thinking before doing it. This is literally like buying Bitcoin in 2004. or like drop shipping in 2015. You can
100%.
still do those right now and be successful, yes, but it's just gonna be super hard. But if you do this right now,
It's
you have the
revolution.
you have the first mover advantage. So as you said, in 6 months, a year, 2 years, everyone's gonna be selling this 100%. But if you do it right now, you're gonna be able to establish yourself in the market and get a decent share that it's gonna be nearly impossible for those guys coming new in a year from now to knock you over. So if
100%.
you do think you're that person, don't think more.
100%. 100%. Yeah. And first of all, Mateo, you said something which is what we don't hear a lot, but I completely agree with this. I made even a video on this on my YouTube and also my Instagram. Like, business is not for everyone. Because in a 9 to 5, you chill, bro. Like, you get something on your, I don't give a fuck. Like, my job is to, I don't know, sort the files here. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, it's not my job. Something breaks, not my, I get paid anyways, right? But as you said, even though I'm chilling and my life is peaceful, at the same time, like literally yesterday, I slept at the office, bro. Like, this is a couch. I put the couch on, I slept here. Because it was like yesterday, I don't know what happened, what God wanted to test me. Bro, yesterday I was losing my shit. I was losing my head. Like, everything was failing and things were breaking and my fucking ad accounts were banned and so much were happening, and like that happens, like, and who else is gonna fix it? Like, I can't sit there and be like, yeah, I can't, because then I'll lose everything I have to fix it no matter whatever I feel. And I had a lot of brain fog and I was hungry and there was so much shit going on. I can keep ranting about this, but the point is, I was the one who had to fix it. And if you're just thinking about starting a business, you're the one who has 100, you have fucking 200% responsibility, because like you have to, like, some things may not be your fault, but it doesn't matter. It happened. You have to fix it. It's your business. Either you eat by fixing things, or you can go broke if you sit there and make excuses. So I completely agree with that. And just as Gonzalo said as well, this is a fucking revolution. Okay, AI is here to stay. It's going nowhere. It's taking over every industry. There is so many, like, bro, Trump invested $500 billion into AI. Trump is the biggest world leader, and companies are investing. AI is in crazy demand. It's easier to sign clients than it'll ever be. It's literally like drop shipping in 2015, right? It's revolution, and we're in year one of fucking 20. So if you don't get into this right now, yes, you can get into this later, just like Gonzalo said, you can get into dropshipping now as well, 10 years later, but it's a lot easier now. So I don't know if you try this, and all of the information is out there. You got so much information just from watching this video. So it's 100% possible. It's just your mind. So yeah,
And
begin.
here's the other thing: companies know about it. I mean, companies are aware that they have to
They're
implement
problem
this,
aware.
or they will become extinct. For example, today I had a meeting with a polo club in Barcelona, in a major city. They're 200 years old. I mean, they're established. They're elite polo clubs. They have been doing things the way they have been doing things all of their life. But I was talking to the lady, and she was like, "Yeah, I know we're trying to digitalize, but we are aware that we have to do this or we're going to become extinct." So they do know they have to implement this. You just have to make it easy for them. They want to buy, you just have to know how to make them buy.
100%. 100%. I couldn't agree more than that. Like, there is so many established companies that don't even need it, right? They don't need it because they're already established, 200 years old, whatever it is. But even they are like, I need to change. The world is panicking. Jobs are going to be taken. Bro, we're the fucking enemies, like, to the receptionists out there. We're the ones still
Yeah.
placing their jobs. But that's how it is. That's how it is. Like, the world, if we don't take their jobs, someone else is going to do it, right? They're going to be taken anyway. So, like, AI is here to take over everything. Every single thing is going to take over. And you have the opportunity to be that person who is providing these services to businesses, right? And just like Mateo said, not even, I said they're problem aware, but I would change that. I would say they're product aware. They're not aware of like only the problem, they're also aware of like AI, and we need this. So all you need is just give it to them, a special, tailored solution for that business, and pitch it in the right way. Instead of talking about the features, talk about the outcome and what it can get them. And I don't
And
know if
that's
you
where
don't.
personal branding comes in.
Yeah,
That's your
exactly.
difference, because 100 people are going to come to them. They're going to say, "Hey, I want to sell you this." Okay, what makes you different? Well, I have
100%.
this. This is my proof. That's what it's gonna differentiate you from the competition. It's gonna make them buy from you instead of the other 100 people that come to them.
100%, bro. 100%. And yeah, boys, it's been a sick conversation. A lot of value. Been speaking for an hour and 9 minutes. So much value in this video. And yeah, one last thing I would ask you guys is just one sentence, both of you, okay? And Matteo can start. If you could go back to day one of starting back in May, right? What advice would you give yourself, like in one sentence only?
Record everything, absolutely everything. We have a lot of content we wished we had recorded at the very beginning when we were doing door-to sales in Madrid. Everything from the day you decide you're gonna go on this journey or whatever the fuck you want to call it, just start recording. Even if you do not post it, you can post it later, but record what you do, because that's gonna make your audience in the future say, "Oh, I connect with this guy."
100%. What would you say, Gonzalo?
I would say similar to that, track everything. Track your metrics, track your success rate based on whatever it is you're doing, your cold outreach, your warm leads coming in. Keep the numbers. It's not only super fun to watch them back. See, oh, remember we were getting fucking 50 setter calls, the closing ratio, but it helps you to identify where the problems are when you're not closing the clients.
100%. I love that. Love that. Yeah. Cool, guys. It's been a great conversation again. Thank you guys for coming on and giving out so
Yes,
much
sir.
sauce to my audience. And would you guys like to drop your Instagram in the chat right here? So I'm actually sharing my screen now so they can go ahead and follow you guys on Instagram. And if any business owner from Spain is watching, these are the guys. They'll hook you up with any AI solution you guys need. So yeah, drop your Instagram in the chat here. And yeah, let's wrap it up, boys.
All right. Thanks so much for having us.
We'll
Crazy
do this one
conversation.
again, man. We'll do this one again because I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
there
for
you guys
sure.
have it. Orbin.ai. Go ahead and follow these guys on Instagram. And yeah, we'll do this one again. Right now, you guys are doing 12K. Like, just from speaking to you guys, I know you guys will, 6 months from now, we'll speak again and you guys be at 40, 50, 60K a month.
Easy.
Easy shit. Okay, boys. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to stop the recording.